there, this is Wake Angel 2001, bringing you a commission for Bright Star Robot on DeviantArt. It's her fan character, Skarlet the Hedgehog. Now this time, instead of hunting down another wave figure to make the custom, I used a Monster High Mega Bloks Claudine Wolf. These figures scale just about fine with the 3-inch Sonic figures made by Jazzwares, and aside from the lack of elbows, they have really good articulation. Plus, these are surprisingly incredibly easy to customize. After all, they're designed to be disassembled, but also they accept paint really well, even on their joints, which is usually a problem area. So, if you don't mind the lack of elbows and you wanna save like 10 to 15 bucks on a wave figure, these are actually great for making customs of female Sonic characters. Except, of course, for the head. As we all know, Sonic characters have much bigger heads, so I had to pretty much sculpt this thing completely around Claudine's. Make it look like a hedgehog face, add hair and spines. Bright Star said that the hair pattern was supposed to be similar to Amy's, like the same 5 points, except more flared out. So I guess more like classic Amy's, if you will. So once all of that was sculpted and painted up, I moved on to her other parts. The feet, of course, Monster High characters have these tiny feet and high heels, and that's just not going to fly for Sonic figures, so you got to make the feet a lot bigger. She decided to go with the no toes theorem, that the characters don't have toes. That's her choice. And then I added a little tail to the back of the figure, and, once all that was reassembled and painted, you have pretty much the lower body. Of course, I had to cut the rubberized skirt off and leave it as a belt, because if you simply remove the skirt, then there's going to be a gap between the upper and lower torsos. So, yeah, you gotta leave that in. I did swap out one part from official Jazzwares toys, and that is the hands. These Monster High figures, they have very tiny hands as well, which would kind of stick out like a sore thumb, or rather a not sore thumb, among Sonic figures with their giant hands. So, aside from that weird tapering forearm look that happens when the character doesn't wear gloves, that is basically a new hand on the arm. And the torso was just pretty much a repaint. This character did not need a boob job like so many others do. So let's take a look at the completed Skarlet. And there we go. You know what? These Monster High figures actually seem to have the proportions that people usually draw their Sonic fan characters in. By which I mean their torsos are longer and thinner, which it actually works quite well. I mean, Wave also has a relatively long torso for a Sonic figure, but the fact that these are ball-jointed hips attached on the outside kind of make the whole curvy, leggy look work. Like, if you're a leg man, then this is your figure. Okay, so enough about talking about the female anatomy of a toy. Let's just, end this video before I embarrass myself any further. This is Wake Angel 2001, and hopefully I'll have even more customs to bring to you before the month ends.